Two jets enter the merge at Mach speed. One leaves in flames. The other never even saw the missile. That is the reality of top-tier war thunder. Today, we're settling a massive debate. The American F-15C versus the Soviet Su-27SM. This isn't about national bias or which jet looks cooler. This is a cold, hard breakdown of radar physics, missile kinematics, and energy dominance as they exist inside the game. The F-15 and the Su-27 represent two different combat philosophies. One is built for air superiority through detection, the other for maneuverability and sustained energy. Let's see how they actually perform in a war thunder match. First up, the most important system. Radar. The F-15C carries an advanced pulse Doppler radar with superior look-down, shoot-down reliability. It holds a lock through ground clutter. It tracks multiple targets cleanly, and it supports long-range missile guidance more consistently. The Su-27SM's radar is powerful, but it's less forgiving in low-altitude environments. The lock stability degrades faster, and target discrimination is weaker in cluttered airspace. In a 16 versus 16 battle, this matters a lot. In war thunder, radar reliability determines who fires first, and the first launch decides most engagements. Next, let's talk missiles. The F-15C uses the AIM-7M Sparrow and the AIM-9M. The AIM-7M has strong mid-course tracking and good resistance to chaff, especially when supported by that solid radar lock. The AIM-9M brings incredible flare resistance and lethal off-bore sight capability in close-range fights. The Su-27SM fields the R-270R and SE variants, plus the infamous R-73. The R-270R is the fastest Raider missile in the game. It accelerates harder than the Sparrow and punishes high-altitude enemies brutally. Then you have the R-73, which completely dominates within visual range, thanks to its extreme agility and helmet-mounted Q. On paper, the Su-27's missile suite looks superior. But in practice, engagement geometry is king. So let's look at beyond visual range combat. The F-15C wins on consistency. Its radar locks earlier, maintains that track better, and supports missile guidance more reliably. This leads to a higher hit probability in real match conditions. The Su-27SM can technically outrange the F-15C with its R-27R, but it requires a clean radar picture and an altitude advantage. In the chaotic, low-altitude fights common in war thunder, lock breaks happen way more often. The result, the F-15C wins most practical BVR fights, not by range, but by sheer reliability. What happens when they get close? Let's talk flight performance. The F-15C has a brutal thrust-to-weight ratio. It has incredible acceleration, an excellent climb rate, and it holds onto its energy in the vertical. It completely dominates the vertical fight. Zoom climbs, high yo-yos, and repositioning after the merge. The Su-27SM, on the other hand, has better sustained turn performance and superior high angle of attack control. It has incredible nose authority in a flat scissors fight. In a close-in turning battle, the Su-27 controls the circle, but the F-15 controls vertical. And in war thunder, combat favors vertical separation. Dodging missiles depends on speed and altitude recovery. Energy dominance simply matters more than turn radius, and this gives a big advantage to the F-15C. Now, for the final verdict. If the fight stays beyond visual range, the F-15C dominates. If the fight collapses into a close-quarters turning dogfight, the Su-27SM dominates. But here's the critical point. Top-tier war thunder is not a dogfight simulator anymore. It's a missile environment. It's about first detection, first launch, and first kill. The F-15C is the stronger overall aircraft in the current war thunder meta, not because it turns better, not even because its missiles are necessarily better, but because it controls the engagement timeline. Its superior radar and energy retention allow it to dictate where and when the fight happens. The Su-27SM is deadlier inside the merge, but the problem is, most enemies in an F-15 never have to reach the merge. In war thunder today, survival equals altitude, radar lock quality, and missile guidance reliability, and the F-15C wins on all three. That's what decides this matchup. What do you think? Let me know your experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into top-tier games.